This evening on last September's attack on America. Experts now think they know why one of the World Trade Center towers hit, collapsed more than 30 minutes before the other. Lee Cowan reports.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
They are the most horrific images this generation has ever seen. But in them may lie the answer to one basic question. Why was the second tower to be hit the first tower to fall?
The plane that hit the South Tower was traveling basically at cruising speed, extremely fast, actually.
Using calculations based on everything from the sound of the engines to the distance from the video cameras, Cousel estimates United Flight 175 hit the South Tower at 550 miles an hour, some 100 miles an hour faster than the American flight that hit the first tower. But the difference wasn't only speed. Not only was American Flight 11 flying slower, but it flew straight into the building, high between the 94th and 99th floors. It stood for more than an hour and a half after. By contrast, the South Tower stood only 56 minutes after being hit harder and lower between the 78th and 84th floors and near a corner. An indication the 767 may have come in so fast the pilot nearly missed his target, forcing the plane into a turn that engineers say would have sounded alarms in the cockpit and pushed the jet close to its limits.
The plane banged sharply to the west, presumably in order to be able to actually hit the building. If it hadn't done it, presumably the plane would have missed the building.
It's unclear just how many more people would have survived had the building stayed up longer. Most of the fatalities, in fact, did take place in the building that stayed up the longest, not the shortest. But most engineers agree, had the planes not been filled with thousands of gallons of explosive jet fuel, the buildings probably wouldn't have collapsed at all.
Remembering victims of the terror attack on the World Trade Center. This was how downtown Manhattan looked before September 11th, before murderous hijackers sent the Twin Towers crashing to the ground, killing nearly 3,000 people, injuring many thousands of others, and leaving a void in the world's most famous skyline. Now, New York has decided to honor the victims and fill the void temporarily with a glowing memorial. 2 vertical beams that will light the night and shine high into the sky for 1 month, beginning March 11th, the 6-month anniversary of the day assassins attacked America. And that's part of our world tonight. We invite you to join us again tomorrow for the CBS Evening News. Dan Rather reporting. Good night. We end the broadcast with some of America's fallen heroes. It was a final homecoming today for 5 New York City firefighters. Their remains were recovered from the rubble of the World Trade Center where the South Tower once stood. Brothers in uniform saluted the flag-draped remains. More than half of the 343 firefighters who died trying to save others are still missing. U.S. Air Force Technical Sergeant John Chapman lost his life trying to recover the body of a fellow airman who died in Afghanistan. At his funeral in Pennsylvania today, Sergeant Chapman's brother said he walked through the valley of death and he feared not. His sister added that Sergeant Chapman gave to others every day of his life, including the last day when he gave his life for his country. Some of America's best, the price of freedom. Part of our world tonight. Dan Rather reporting for the CBS Evening News. Good night.
For news 24 hours a day, CBS.com on the internet and on our interactive partner, America Online, at keyword CBS News.